It's either blue cheese with wings or go fuck.
Talk 716.
It's gonna be huge.
Talk.
Are you ready to do this? Yeah, we're just gonna talk and. Why are we here today?
To celebrate O.J. Simpson. The reason we gather, the reason we gather every Sunday to celebrate O.J. Simpson. Orenthal James.
All right, what is happening, 716ers? We are out here at the Bills Wild Card Game against the Dolphins. Coming back at you from game day, hospitality lot, doing our tailgate thing. We got the beers. The food's about to be ready.
That's right.
Can't wait for it. If you are coming down here any day, I know we're getting close to the end of the season, but any home game, you can find game day hospitality right here. All you can eat and drink. We got a DJ in the back. I know we got a performance from Dom Brown a little bit later.
Hell yeah.
So it's as lit as it always is out here, even on this cold January morning as we're about to put a beating to the Dolphins.
Absolutely. Squish the fish, as you could say. It's great to be back here at game day once again. The tailgate party right across the street from the stadium on the corner.
Yeah, you can't really see it in the back, but it's right behind that tent there, the game day hospitality merch tent.
Yeah, thanks again to John for hosting us.
Yep,
I
shout
see they're
out to
bringing
John.
in the pizza right now.
Oh, we got pizza
We
too?
did not get to partake in the food last time. We were late. That's on us.
Yep.
This time we're here. The wings and the pizza, we're going to partake in that.
Yeah, we got pizza, wings, beef on Wex. Looks like I'm seeing it's from Picasso's, which is right around the corner here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's definitely going to be a good time. The
We
lot
got-
is just starting to fill up now as we're a little bit past 10 o'clock, and the lot opens at 10. We got the game here in a couple hours, and I got to say, just looking out at the street over there, Jeff, it's really starting to light up. I was a little concerned with the state of this game and what we're walking into, that it might be a little bit of an empty house tonight, but that doesn't seem
No.
to be the case.
Not a chance, not in Buffalo. 20 degrees, 30 degrees, 10 degrees, 0 degrees. You know what it is. We're there.
Yep.
We're in
Snow
the
on the
stadium.
ground or not. Luckily, there's no snow in the air, so we can actually be out here and doing our show. I'm just
Absolutely.
excited as hell to be here doing some partying, and this is our first Bills game as a podcast and as friends. I don't think I've ever been to a Bills game with you. I've only been to preseason games.
That's right.
So-
We're not only are we partaking in the tailgate today, we actually have the honor of going to the game. My first ever playoff game. We're going to squish the fish. It's going to be amazing. It might be a blowout. We could leave at halftime.
Right, with Tua out, who knows what we're looking at, especially with them starting their third string quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's going to fare well for the Dolphins. They could pull an upset, but highly, highly unlikely, I think, today.
Highly
Especially in
unlikely.
these conditions where, it, like you said, 25, 30 degrees outside. We got snow on the ground. I'm sure the field is clear, but
I mean, all I'm saying is the Dolphins couldn't win a game under 50 degrees in their own stadium. So,
that is true. That is true. So
I'm
here
not
we are.
worried about it.
Especially with the amount. Like, I know that when we were here last time, the Packers fans were out in droves. There was a
Yeah.
bunch of Packers fans. Not as many Dolphins fans out here today. Actually, I just saw someone walk by with an Eagles jersey. That's not even. You're not at the right game, sir.
They're prepping for the Super Bowl. They're prepping for that Bills-Eagles Super Bowl.
That'd be a good Super Bowl. Who do you want to see? Who do you want to see if we make it?
Honestly, doesn't matter to me. I mean, I got a little bit of love for Philly, but it does not matter to me. I think we're winning it if we make it. So send whoever you want in the NFC.
Right.
Send them because the Bills are beating them.
Yep. We're here for it, and the Bills Mafia is here for it. And, we're going to get some food here, enjoy this tailgate, and come back to you with some more Talk 716 and get some fans up here to talk as well.
Yeah. Damn, it's cold.
All right, what's happening, 716ers? We are here with Zach from TRAINWRECK Sports at the Game Day Hospitality Tent here in Orchard Park, New York. getting ready for the game. Zach, how you feeling about it today?
I'm a little nervous. I'm not going to lie. There's a fact that, the Bills season could be over today. I know that any diehard Bills fan doesn't want to acknowledge that, wants to say we're going to steamroll the Dolphins, but we're playing for our life today, and my emotions are doing just that.
Yeah, exactly. It is like we have a lot in our favor right now.
100%.
We have the weather.
Everything.
We have a third-string quarterback starting against the Bills. So, obviously, the odds are in our favor, but there is still that chance, and there is still a reason to be nervous. It is the playoffs after all.
There's a reason you guys are out here. There's a reason we're grinding at this game day house tailgate. There's a reason that all these hundreds of people came here to party, and that's because that's not a sure thing. If it was 40-0 and we all knew it, no offense, it would probably be like a 5,000 to 10,000 person stadium today. It's sub-freezing.
Yep.
Temperatures are crazy. Conditions are absurd. But so is Bills Mafia, and that's why they're here. They're here to dominate, and they're here to make sure it gets done.
Absolutely, and that's like you said, that's exactly what we're here to do today. We're here to back our Bills. We're here to get to the next round of the playoffs and
survive in advance,
exactly,
one breath at a time.
Exactly, one game at a time, one breath at a time, and then that ring and that trophy will be ours.
Yeah, I can't even like that's like. When you look off into the distance and something gets blurry, like I see a blurry Lombardi. I see a blurry, championship parade going down Delaware, going to the city hall, everything like that. But for today, I am diving into that water.
Yep.
And I am hunting every dolphin I see.
You're goddamn right. That's how we do it here. Zach, what's your prediction for today's score?
My prediction, I think it's going to be a very low-key game. I think that McDermott and co. are going to literally scheme Skylar Thompson into a phone booth. I think we have 27-12 Bills, and it'll be like a late touchdown for the Dolphins to make it 27-12. It'll be 27-6 at one point.
Okay, so I played Madden actually last night. Just did a little guessing game around here to figure it out, and we got 24-14.
Okay,
so
yeah,
we'll
we're
see how that
in.
goes. Yeah,
low-scoring game because you're gonna absolutely bear hug those Dolphins. But yeah, I think Bills offense gets it done when they need to today.
Absolutely. Well, Zach, thank you for joining us here on Talk 716. It's been an absolute pleasure. And, yeah, go Bills.
Let's go, Bills. Let's keep this party rolling. Let's talk 716.
Hell yeah.
Hey, so listen, I want y'all to sing with me, all right? Oh. Come on. All right. Keep it going. Hey. Yeah, it's a Bill City. Yeah, a Buffalo Bill City. Yeah, game day Buffalo, it's a Bill City. Yeah, a Buffalo Bill City. Yo, who we got? I'm gonna tell you, right? We got Josh Allen, got Steph Diggs, Russo, Deion Dawkins, cause you know it's about to snow. Mafia, you know we on the roll. No competition in this. Yeah, listen. Ike McKenzie on a jet sweep, maybe it's a fake. Honestly, it's a TD either way when you got Josh Allen making plays. Win the ball before we in a new stadium. Who gonna stop us? We the greatest. Fuck the Dolphins, fuck the Dolphins, fuck the Dolphins, come and replay us, cause we ready. Visions and we ready, all the tables is business. We ready, we will put up a fight. We ready, Dawson Knox with a spike. Are you ready? Season tickets, I'm up the team, ready, Buffalo. This is our team forever. Forever. Yeah, who we got? We got Josh Allen, we got Steph Diggs, we got Cole. Deion Dawkins, cause you know it's about to snow. Hey, Mafia, you know we on the road. No competition and it's not even. Where we at? It's a Bill City. Yeah, a Buffalo Bill City. We got West So Fresh in the building. Yeah, it's a Bill City. Yeah, a Buffalo Bill City. Yeah. Hold on, what we got? We got Josh Allen, got Steph Diggs, Russo, Deion Dawkins, cause you know it's about to snow. Yeah. Brad, what's up? You know we on the roll. No competition and it's not even. Yeah. Listen, we need a pick six from Terrence Johnson tonight. Make some noise if y'all want that.
All right, what's happening, 716ers? We are here at Amano Pasta in Williamsville, New York. Jake, along with your co-host Jeff here. And then our very special guest, we finally got him, ladies and gentlemen. It is John Lang, Bills Elvis.
The elusive.
Hey, thanks for having me on, guys.
Yes, I mean,
Yeah, thanks
thank
for
you
being
for
here, brother.
thank you for joining us. Obviously, you let us set up at your tailgate at the beginning of this season. We are very grateful for that. We had a terrific time at that episode. And yeah, we are here to talk the Bills, and we're gonna have some pasta coming out here shortly. And so why don't we just start real quick with like a little background about like how you got into the Elvis suit. I know it was a bet with a buddy. You want to tell us a little bit about that and how you got to where you are now, fan of the year?
Well, thanks. Thanks again for having me on. Yeah, way back in 1992, I had a buddy of mine we used to bet Bills games on, bet with. And from what I recall, it was the Miami game in 92, and I've said double or nothing. I'm going to get on TV today, and he was like, sure, you're on. So I scoured my apartment. I had a guitar, put Squish the Fish on it, and they had me on the broadcast. They had me in the Buffalo News, from what I remember, and Chris Berman had me on that evening, and he was poking fun of me all week, which was hilarious.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great.
Absolutely.
We know, I mean, obviously Chris Berman, huge Bills fan as well, you know, one of the staples. Been mentioned a couple times in this podcast by like Butch Roll and others.
Yep.
So yeah, and actually 1992, the year I was born. So Bills Elvis is as old as I am now. That's an interesting interesting little factoid there. And then yeah, you were just telling us you wrote this book as well back in, what'd you say,
2012
Yep.
is when that came out. First, I did a couple versions of it myself, and then we put it out on Amazon and Kindle in 2012. So,
wow, that's
and it's
amazing.
still selling.
Great. I mean, of course. I mean, so let's get to why we are here today, and everything that we, have been doing this last couple months has been very Bills oriented, and we've now reached the end of the regular season. We are in the postseason, in the middle of it, so we don't want to speculate or go too far with it. But I thought we could just, with you here, do a little year recap of how we got to where we are today, because obviously we started with, you were there last year, 13 seconds in Kansas City, something we don't want to talk about, but
Yeah, my daughter and I were at that game, and we had great seats, and that stadium is incredibly loud, and it's really a heck of a home field advantage when they play there. And my daughter and I drove home from there, and it was a very quiet drive. I'll tell you, it really was. But it's like you regroup, you press on from that, you learn from it, and this year we get Von Miller, and it seems like a great focus with the team, and we got big things coming at us here, especially this Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we started with, we went through a horrible off season within the city itself. Just, we have tragic events in the inner city of Buffalo, and then down, we lost, Dawson Knox lost his brother, but we came back, we regrouped. You did that great, we mentioned it earlier, that tailgate fundraiser for Aaron Salter Jr. and his family.
Yeah.
And we kicked off the season in a huge way. What was that like for you when you pulled that together, and then just the response and the party that we had?
It was an amazing thing, because when we looked at the schedule beginning of May, we were trying to figure out what we're going to do as far as what we're doing for the first game, and falling on a Thursday, we decided we were going to do a small tailgate on Main Street, Lockport, and then the unfortunate shootings of May 14th happened, and I was like, I said, we need to do something more. I said, I'll donate a guitar, and we'll raise some money. And then we found out that Aaron Salter's family was from Lockport, and I go, like, we need to do something. We need to really do something. So it was Jerry that owns Gonzo's and a few others sitting around, and everybody was all on board. And then we told Melissa Junkie about it, and she owns Lock 34. And man, she really, really helped us out so much. She was basically the one that said, this is bigger than you guys think it is, and we need to do more. And I'm like going, sure, I'm all in. And she was an incredible help, and so was, I mean, every business we went to on Main Street, you know, like from Papa Leo's or the bookstore, or, you know, everybody I talked to, Matt Roshman at
Tone and Design, shout out.
And, yeah, you know, it's like everyone that we went to was all on board and really, really helped out, made it an incredible evening. It really was an incredible day all day. So
Right.
That was honestly an amazing time. Thank you again for inviting us there. And that leads me to my question. Because it was so great, honestly brought the city of Lockport together. If you're from Lockport, you know we don't get things like that too often. So what do you think the odds are we get something like that again next year, maybe in the future?
I think they're pretty good. You know, it's like we did it for the Salter family, so hopefully there's never anything like that remotely close ever again. There's that. The weather was absolutely perfect. It was a Thursday night game.
Yeah.
So you're like going, wow, you know, like a lot of people took Friday off because the Bills game being Thursday night. And so there was a lot of things that really fell into place well for it. I know the mayor's asked me, she wants to do it again. And it's like, okay, we got to have the right scenario here. We can't just kind of do it. We got to have, you know, a few things. And you know, we'll figure out a charity maybe, but I can see it happening again. I just don't know a date yet or whatever. So.
Right. Well, that's something to look forward to for sure. I mean, and then, so yes, we went through, I mean, a great season. Only 3 losses overall. They were some tough losses, but I mean, we're looking pretty good. So here we are at the playoffs, and obviously we were all at the game on Sunday. You'll see some of that tailgate footage. Well, you probably already saw some of that tailgate footage, rather. And we will, you know, and we had a great time, but oh my God, the stress.
Yeah. The first quarter was just absolutely off the charts, wonderful, and then it was like, holy cow, these guys are killing me. Once, you know, end of the second quarter came around.
Yeah.
You know, I thought they'd win the game. You know, it was like I never had a doubt that they were going to lose the game, but it was like, holy cow. And,
yeah.
That's how I think we came in as fans, is we were all like, we're going to squish the fish. It's going to be easy. Let's just show up and relax, celebrate the Bills today.
Right.
And it was a lot of stress.
Oh, yeah. I had some fans around me. They go, Elvis, are you going to have a beer today? And I was like, you know, I usually don't drink during the games. You know, I'll have a few in the morning, of course, tailgating. But then during the game, I rarely ever have a beer. And I was like, that game, I had a beer, you know.
Oh, wow. And, speaking of that, I'm sure you are going to be there next Sunday against the Cincinnati Bengals. You were at the game a few weeks ago. How was that for you just as a fan? Like, obviously, we as fans, you know, we saw the reaction of the players on the field. We can't really know what they're going through, but we can see what they're going through. How did that affect you seeing that as a Bills fan on the field?
It was just, I don't even know how to describe it, really, because we had a great afternoon of tailgating, and the Cincinnati fans were phenomenal. I mean, they were so fun, and they were so nice, and it was like we just ran into a ton of them, and they were just great people. So we're going in, we tailgated before, and you get into the stadium, it's loud, it's electric. Their fan base is plenty loud too.
Yep.
But you know, they were all really nice, the people I talked to and dealt with, and then all of a sudden, you know, you see what happened on the field at DeMar, and well, we couldn't really see it, but my seats were really good, and I could see the look on Josh's face, and you go, this is more than a knee injury. This is more. Something is really wrong here, and it was total distress on the players' faces, which it was like it was, you didn't know what to do or whatever, and there was nothing on the scoreboard that you could see. You didn't know. And my daughter goes, Dad, there's a defibrillator out there. You're just like, no way. And that place was so quiet in my seats, you could hear the defibrillator, and you knew something was really wrong.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just crazy. And then here we are 3 weeks later, a miraculous comeback for not only the Bills, but Damar Hamlin, you know, back in the field house. And we might even see him not on the field playing, but like we might see him make an appearance this Sunday. We were kind of hoping last Sunday too, now that he's but just to be out of the hospital and everything is amazing. And what do you think that means for like you and the team and everybody going into this huge game against Cincinnati this week?
Yeah, it'd be great if they could put him as a live feed up on the scoreboard or something like that. I'm sure the fans would go crazy.
Right.
Would be absolutely crazy. And it's just, you thank God he's healthy and, from what I'm hearing, getting better every day. And after what he went through and his family went through, it's just holy cow. It's
Absolutely.
It's great to have him back in town and getting better. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Now we got the makeup game.
Yep.
This Sunday.
Yeah.
The rubber match, if you will, even though we don't have it's the only match we've had against the Bengals, and I'm excited to see it just because of Joe Burrow and like the similarities you see between him and Josh. It'll be a great game to see in its completion.
Yes. Yeah.
I do love what you just alluded to with the Bengals fans as well. Like this relationship we're developing with them over the years, like all the way back to Andy Dalton and helping them lift us into the playoffs, and to see all the love being shared, us sharing love to them sharing love to us after what we just went through.
Yeah, and I got to say, after like the game and the ambulances leaving the field, the place was silent, and I didn't hear one stupid thing out of a Bengals fan or whatever. Nothing.
Right.
Like they were all like, I had total strangers saying, "Elvis, let me give you a hug." And Elvis, we hope your guy's okay. I'm going. It was absolutely overwhelming. They were so incredibly awesome.
Right, and I know that they call them the Bengals Bros on the Buffalo Bills Reddit, and I think that was really shown by just like everything that happened and like stories like that.
Yeah,
it's just incredible. And here we are at the end of an incredible. I feel like this is a movie script, and we're just like we're gonna see this in 5 years played out. I don't know who's going to play Josh Allen on the big screen, but
Hollywood couldn't write this.
Yeah.
Hollywood could not write this.
Yeah, it does feel like it's a movie script playing out, and hopefully we go to the Super Bowl and
yes,
win.
exactly.
And I'm there cheering them on.
Oh, absolutely.
And then we have the parade.
Exactly, and I think that we can finish up on that before the food comes out with obviously you are the fan of the year for the Buffalo Bills and hopefully for the entire NFL here. Do you have any updates on that, or where are we at on that? Do you know anything?
I just know people are still voting, and I guess that I find out the night before the Super Bowl. So at least that's what I heard.
Okay.
But yeah, people are still
So then
voting.
it goes right up to the wire then, the voting and everything. Okay.
Yeah, from what I know.
So there's still time. We'll make sure to put the link right here so you guys can see it. Click on it. Go vote. Make sure that we get our boy here in as the fan of the year, not just for the Bills, but for the NFL. And hopefully he will get to see Josh Allen there rocking it and bringing home a trophy.
The dream of a lifetime for most every Western New Yorker.
Absolutely.
Really
and no one more deserving than you, Mr. Lang.
Thanks. That means I've been around a while.
Welcome back, gang, to Amano Fresh Pasta Kitchen out here on Main Street in Williamsville. We're sitting here with our boy Jack. Gracious enough to host us here tonight. He's been amazing. Made the food amazing. Why don't you start by telling us what you do here?
I'm the assistant GM here over at Amano Fresh Pasta Foods. We try to do a little spin on your traditional Italian pasta. We make everything fresh, homemade pasta here, which is really hard to find in Buffalo. There are a few restaurants in Buffalo that do fresh pasta. We are probably the leader right now. We are brand new, but that's our spin. We do fresh pasta here, made to order. We are a fast casual restaurant. We try to come in here. We try to make your experience very pleasant, but actually speedy. So if you're here for lunch, we'll get you in and out within 10 minutes if you want it to go, or less. Or we can sit and cater for the entire hour or two that you're here. We have many tables that sit down for multiple hours here, sometimes enjoying the atmosphere. It's a very quiet, quaint atmosphere. So everything in-house, everything is made fresh in-house here. So.
Yeah. And I mean that was very evident in the pasta. Like it's not your boxed pasta that you get off of the store shelf. We had 6 great dishes here tonight with John Lang, Bills Elvis. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the dishes you prepped for us today?
Oh, absolutely. The majority of the dishes I prepped tonight are on our signature plates, right? So we did the when you walk in here, we did our pasta bolognese, which is by far my favorite pasta. I recommend it to everybody. I'm a huge meat sauce guy, so that's one of my favorite pastas here today. So I did cater that one to you guys. We also did our buffalo mac and cheese pasta. So that one is our take on mac and cheese, loaded with chicken fingers, crumbly blue cheese, a buffalo hot sauce. It's one of our favorites now. It's brand new to our menu. We did the rigatoni asparagus, which was a white wine creamy sauce with shrimp and asparagus. It does have a little bit of a kick to it, but we can always cater it on any of our dishes. That's the one great thing about here. Since everything is made to order right in front of you, you can take items out of the dishes, right? Nothing is prepared. So as you walk in and order your dish, if there's an ingredient in your dish that you don't want, we can take it out, right? So we can tone it down, we can increase it, we can spice it up. We have a lot of guests that come in here and like their things extremely spicy. So we offer a red Fresno pepper, which is probably one of the hottest peppers that we serve here. And it does add a lot of heat to the dish. We also did today, let's see what else we did. We also did today we went off the cuff and I created a basil pesto dish today, which was one of the favorites, I guess, here tonight.
Yes.
That had a little bit of ricotta in it. I added some garlic. So again, you can come in and create your own dish. So that's what I did on that dish. I just created my own. You guys, that was my 6th dish. I just kind of created it today. So that was a basil pesto. I added garlic. I added some broccoli and spinach, little white wine. And I did add a smidge, a dollop of ricotta went in there, and a little bit of my bechamel. So it was just one of my creations tonight with a gemelli noodle. So you also ordered the Ameritriciano, which was our pancetta with a marinara sauce, and it also was our bucatini pasta. And then we did a classic, just the old classic, spaghetti and meatballs, right? Yep. So that instead of spaghetti though, which is our bucatini here, we did it with gemelli pasta, right?
That was very good. That was
because I remember when you first came in, you wanted just spaghetti and meatballs, right?
Something simple.
Yeah, something simple, something the kids love. And then we also do kid portions and those kind of things for the families coming with their kids. We have a small side dish of mac and cheese for the children, and we have a small dish of rigatoni and marinara sauce with cheese as well for the kids. So those types of things. And to drop a bomb, tomorrow or so we're gonna unleash some pizzas. So we are evolving the menu to incorporate a few other items besides just pastas and salads.
All right, so you heard it here first, 716ers. Amano Fresh Pasta will be offering pizzas by the time this episode airs. So
we will be.
All right. Well, Jack, thank you for joining us so much today, and thank you for the amazing food and hospitality here at Amano Fresh Pasta Kitchen. And thank you, just for joining us here and giving us a little rundown of the food.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much, gentlemen. It was a great night.
Thank you. It was. All right. Well, we just got done with an absolutely fantastic meal here at Amano's. I mean, we just had a lovely spread. We're going to have Chef Jack come break it down for us in a minute here. But first, I just wanted to get your gentlemen's thoughts on this food that we just ate. Now, I'll start with you, John.
Well, out of all the 6 dishes that I tried, I couldn't narrow it down. I loved them all.
Yeah.
I love Italian food, and this is really good Italian food.
Absolutely.
It's delicious.
How about you, Jeff?
I'm right there with him. I think if I had to name something, I would say the bolognese and the buffalo mac and cheese, out of this world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Buffalo mac and cheese, their newest special signature dish.
Yes, it is. And
crumble blue cheese on top, my favorite.
Yeah, we all know how you like blue cheese. If you can taste it. I remember you having some problems there at the beginning of the season.
Anyway.
Yeah, anyway. John, once again, thank you for coming and talking to us here on Talk 716. Is there any final message that you have for the Bills Mafia as we approach this Bengals game and possibly, the AFC and Super Bowl games here?
Well, as I tell anyone, the Bills Mafia is hands down the greatest fan base in the history of sports. the most generous, the wildest, the most fun, and they are just the greatest fan base that there is in the history of sports, hands down.
Absolutely, and I think that is well said, and we'll end with that. Thank you very much. This has been another episode of Talk 716.
Go Bills.
Cheers. Go Bills. Cheers. Cheers. I'll mic cheers you.